Hollybeg Garden Centre, with plants galore and a friendly tea room. We're open Monday to Saturday, 9:30 till 5, and Sundays 10:30 to 4:30. Find us on Oxton Road in Southwell. Hollybeg, the place to be.
I'm Stuart Dixon, and I believe that gardening is a brilliant way to keep your mind and body healthy. Big or small, gardens can help us all lead happy lives and give back to nature. No one needs specialist knowledge to get started, and you'll never ever stop learning. I've spent my life trying to get the best out of the land, so I've got plenty of tricks of the trade for beginners and more experienced enthusiasts. So join me in my Nottinghamshire garden. Together we can get the city and the county blooming. Welcome to the Nottinghamshire Garden with me, Stuart Dixon. We're now on tour, and this time we're at the Stoke Lane Allotments. When you think of allotments, you think of fruit and veg, but there's so much more here. So let's meet some of the people who are behind these allotments and some of the other things they have to show us. I'm going to the allotment of Phil Watterson, who is the chairman of the Allotment Association. Hello, Phil.
Hello, Stuart.
And nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Oh, this looks absolutely amazing. So, yeah, just show me what's growing in here. Take me through your allotment. Okay.
Well, obviously we've got flowers at the top, and this attracts the bees, which Ali keeps over there. And over here we've changed this round. We used to have herbs here, but they got a bit out of hand, so we created some boxes which we now use mainly for growing salad crops in. And then the whole allotment spreads out, so we've got potatoes over there, broad beans, some brassicas growing there, onions at the bottom, and mainly fruit and garlic. I've got two varieties growing here, Rhapsody and just the ordinary Isle of Wight. And it's done quite well actually. This year, I mean, look at that.
Yeah. But
it's probably the best year.
Beds.
They do actually, because I used to grow it in the garden.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of trouble with damp, you know, you get them wet, and we lost a lot. But so this is a new thing for us.
Do you find that veg actually does better in raised beds?
Yes.
Than in the ground?
Yes, I think they do.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, obviously some of the brassicas probably grow better in the garden.
Yeah.
But,
and potatoes as well.
Potatoes, yeah. But these, and this is the best crop of garlic I've had in years.
There's strawberries. I've got strawberries in raised beds.
Yeah.
And they do very well indeed.
And they're doing well. I mean, that's the giant colossus.
Oh, the big ones?
Yeah. So we were just waiting for the first crop off them this
lots
year.
of flowers on there. So
fingers crossed.
Yeah, with lots of bees around.
Right. Yeah, that's right. And then we've got some elephant garlic in there.
Is that those huge tubers?
Yeah, because it's really a leek. But
is it really?
But they're a bit milder.
Yeah.
And my wife prefers the taste of those actually, especially if you roast them whole.
So tell me, how did the actual allotments come about? What's the sort of history behind all this?
I think the allotments have been here since the end of the First World War, really. And in fact, there was lots of allotments all through Netherfield and beyond to the railway sidings. But we took ours on in about 1998, I think. And just as we got it sorted out, the council said, oh, we want to take a load of these for building on.
Really?
So that's when I got together with other allotmenteers and said we ought to stop this. And we negotiated with the council to actually give us a chance and run it ourselves, and we would have them, because they got 55 vacant plots all over the place, and they wanted to move people who had been doing the plots here, which obviously wasn't fair.
No.
So from that point on, I first of all became the secretary, and then managed to be secretary and chairman until Sherry came along to be secretary. So we've been running it for 20 years. We're 23 years now.
Yeah.
So we're just here now, but there's 200 plots plus.
200?
Yeah, so it takes some managing, really.
It does. I suppose allotments have become very, very popular with the cost of living growing your own now. Have you got a big waiting list?
Well, yeah, we've got 30 or more people on the waiting list, and you know, finding a vacancy to fit them in is a bit of a job, really. But it has become more popular, and people want to come and grow, and they grow all sorts. Some people want to just come and grow fruit, others want veg, some want flowers, fruit and veg. We are now struggling to find vacant plots for people. Right. So anybody who's not cultivating, better watch out.
I'm pleased to meet you indeed.
Yes,
wonderful.
I'm the
This
organiser.
is amazing.
Well,
so take me through.
well, yes.
So much to see.
There is a lot to see, yeah. First off, we've got the little pond here that we really do love because it really does look beautiful in the summer. All the nasturtiums come down and it really does flow. We have frogs, tadpoles, got tadpoles in there now at the moment.
Yeah.
Yes, and I mean, the wildlife is great down here, it really is. And
So
this
what
is
have
a
we got?
grandson's plot.
Your grandson's plot?
Yes,
Oh.
yes. He looks after this area all himself. He does his own little designs, bit of architecture if
Why not?
he likes to use old things. And he's set all the wildflowers from seeds from last year that I saved.
Right.
And so that's all wildflowers at the back there.
So the wildflowers have been sown in that situation?
Yes, they've just been put in. He just sprinkled them all in. He just put them in.
Because wildflower seeds will not establish in grass.
Right,
So
yeah.
this is a bare area.
Yeah.
You know, which if you want to get a wildflower garden, you really need to remove the grass to start with until they get established.
Oh, right, yes, yeah.
You can also, I believe, you grow some in pots, is that right?
Yes, I've got some in pots now. And instead of putting bedding plants, I thought, let's go for the wildflowers.
What a good idea.
Yeah, and the lavenders, I grew all from seed, from one seed pod, a large seed pod. And I've got quite a few over there just starting going in the cold frame. But most of the lavenders I've grown, all from seeds. Yes, and we have comfrey.
Oh, right.
We decided to put it all down at the bottom end because it can take over a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, you don't like it to be everywhere, but then my husband he'll chop it all down soon and make it into fertiliser, which again, it saves
natural, it's organic.
It's natural.
That's lovely.
And then we've got the fruit trees. That one is a very, very old fruit tree, but it does well. It's a pear.
Yeah.
It's very old.
Do you know which one?
No, we don't. We think it's some kind of Williams.
Yeah.
Williams. It was old. It was on here when we took it over about 28 years, 25 years ago.
This has been wonderful. Thank you so much for showing me around
pleasure.
your wonderful
It's a
and the work
pleasure.
you do. Absolutely amazing.
Well, we enjoy it, and that's the main thing.
Absolute pleasure to meet you. It has
lovely.
really.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm at the allotment of Sherry Sharp, who is the secretary of the Stoke Lane Allotments Association. Hello, Sherry.
Hi,
nice to see
Stuart.
you.
Nice to meet you.
Well, this
Come
is
on
wonderful.
in.
Just show me what you've got
What we're
going
doing?
here.
Okay. Well, at the moment we've got this lovely homemade tunnel made from old plastic piping and blue netting to keep the butterflies off. Got a couple of these going. Very handy, very cheap to make.
Yeah.
And at the moment in there I've got peas ready to go in and a few collies and broccoli. I've got the courgettes growing in there as well. And they're just hardening off before they go in this weekend.
Yeah.
So that's what we've got at the moment. We've started potatoes off in pots this year, which is brand new to us. We've never done them in pots before, so fingers crossed it'll be a bumper crop.
Are these the second earlies?
Second earlies and lates as well.
Lates as
we've
well,
got
main crop.
hopefully that'll be enough for the two of us. There's only two of us at home, so
But this is quite a new thing to actually grow them in containers now.
It is, rather than having the good old hard work of digging and covering up.
My granddad had an allotment in the 50s, and he was just continually digging with potatoes.
Absolutely, building the trough. So back's beginning to feel it this year. So we decided to do it in pots to make it a little easier for ourselves. So fingers crossed we'll have enough this year to keep us going.
Your rhubarb is amazing because I've been talking to 1 or 2 people who are saying that rhubarb this year is not so good.
Oh, it's been brilliant, and I've been picking that for the last few weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
I've got a later variety, and it's only about that high at the moment.
Right. Well, this rhubarb was on this plot when we took it on.
Really?
And we've been here 11 years.
Yeah.
And we've not moved it, so I really have no idea how old it is.
Could be quite ancient.
But it keeps going, and as I say, I keep plucking it and feeding the staff at the medical centre where I work. They often take most of that off me.
I bet they do.
They do, absolutely.
Rhubarb crumble.
They do.
Yeah,
We've also got a
great.
community centre in Netherfield, and I took some sticks down and they did 22 portions for people.
Oh,
yeah, because
wonderful.
they've been
That's excellent.
putting meals on. So yeah, so we're helping to feed the community as well.
Good. So you got flowers in here, is it? The
We've got
Aquilegia?
the Aquilegia.
This is the Granny's Bonnet, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
these are beautiful. I absolutely love these
Yeah.
ones, and they're great for the bees.
Yeah. Because that's the actual horn at the back on these. Granny's bonnets,
They're fantastic. There's lots of different colours dotted around.
And there's a wild vulgaris one there as well.
Yeah, we just let them
That's
grow.
lovely.
Hollybeck Garden Centre. With plants galore and a friendly tea room, Hollybeck is the place to be. Sponsors of the Nottinghamshire Garden on Notts TV. Hollybeck Garden Centre. With plants galore and a friendly tea room, Hollybeck is the place to be. Sponsors of the Nottinghamshire Garden on Notts TV.
So how long have you been here?
I've been here over 10 years now.
Really?
And when we started, it was grass all the way down this plot. We acquired the plot in November. And as you can imagine, it was raining, it was wet, and we did wonder, what on earth are we going to do with this? But we persevered. We had a garden at home that we just grew flowers in. We wanted somewhere that we could grow fruit and veg. We had young children, and we wanted to show them how to grow and where fruit and vegetables came from. Sometimes if you ask a child where potatoes come from, they say from a bag in the shops. We wanted to show them. So it took us about a year and a half to get it to somewhere where it is now. But the first 6 months it was a case of chopping down, cutting over, feeding the ground. We did put things like onions in that grew up really quickly, but if I've got a tip for anybody is get everything mowed down, make 2 beds and concentrate on those 2 beds.
Before you start anything?
Before you start getting stressed out about getting the whole plot tidied up. Just keep the grass down to a reasonable level so you don't annoy the neighbours. There's nothing worse you want to do is to annoy your neighbours on an allotment site. But to go steady, and we'll all make mistakes. I'm still making mistakes. I still call myself a novice, and every year is not successful. But to come down, I work in the health service, and during COVID, coming down here after a very long, stressful day at work, and it was peaceful, it was quiet, it was amazing. It's the best place to be.
Yeah. Did you find that peace and tranquility sort of just calmed you down? And
Absolutely.
because obviously, the health service is very stressful at that particular time.
It was absolutely, yes.
And you've actually got an outcome to all this because you're eating what you're growing, aren't you?
We are absolutely eating what we're growing.
Veg or fruit or whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah. In fact, I had waffles and cream the other day with black currants that I'd frozen from the year before.
Yeah. So did you actually have a plan when you started on this garden?
Not really, because...
But it evolved?
It evolved, it changed. The plot has evolved over the season. We've moved the greenhouses around to get it quite right for what we wanted. And we've moved the vegetables around so it gets the most sun. We've got the right plants in the right place. But we didn't have a book. We just learned as we went along, and that was the fun of it, really.
I think that's one of the joys of gardening, really, is to actually learn by your mistakes.
Absolutely.
And let the garden evolve.
Yes.
Because you know when you get the sort of, this is how you should do a border, this is how you should do a vegetable garden. Go right back to Victorian times, and the old gardeners, there were no garden centres.
No.
So it was beg, borrow and steal.
Absolutely.
And people giving you plants, and they put them in the garden,
Yep.
let it grow. If it didn't look right or didn't do well, at the back end,
So what?
you move it and start
Absolutely.
again. So really the big herbaceous borders and the big vegetable gardens were never truly planned. They came about by accident.
Absolutely. Yes.
And what a great accident it was.
It was, and what plants work best next to that plant.
I think that's a great thing as well.
And the great thing is you find those wonky carrots, and they are brilliant.
it is absolutely remarkable. So thank you so much for showing me around. It's been an absolute joy.
It's been lovely having you, and don't be a stranger.
Oh, I'll not be a stranger. I'm with Alec Thompson, who is a master beekeeper and chairman of the Nottinghamshire Beekeepers Association. And I know how important bees are in the garden. So Alec, tell me, how did you get involved with bees?
Well, the site we're on now prompted me. I've been a gardener here for many years, and on one occasion I sat watching the bumblebees and honeybees, watching pollinating the fruit and vegetables, and I thought I quite fancy the idea of being a beekeeper. I went on a course in Nottingham, got a bit of theory, did some practical work, and since then I haven't looked back. In fact, I've got about 20 colonies now dotted around. Yeah, and 3 colonies here, one of which we'll have a look at in a moment. The whole concept of beekeeping has become an obsession rather than a hobby with me. And it would be great that I'll be able to show you one of the colonies where I've actually carried out what we call a split. Because at this time of the year, as the colonies build up, they get very strong, and there is an instinct to swarm. Take the old queen away, but leave a queen behind. Now, what I've done here is I've tried to preempt that swarming attitude and taken one of the queens out of one of the colonies to minimise that threat. And that's the colony I'll look at in a moment with you, and hopefully be able to show you a marked queen.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Do we need to get to?
I think that would be sensible for both of us.
I think so.
We're here at the small hive that I mentioned earlier on. I'm just going to give them a little puff of smoke which will help pacify them if they need any pacifying. So what I'll just gently, now in here I've got about 5 or 6 frames where we'll hopefully find the queen. And I say this queen was taken from this colony a few days ago to take away that instinct, the swarming instinct.
How do you identify the queen?
With experience and patience. But once we do find the queen, it's sensible to mark the queen for future reference, because there may be times when you've got to take action with the queen and you need to find her quickly. I've got to just take this board, this is a spacer board that just gives me a bit of space to work with so I don't roll the bees and upset them. I want to keep them nice and calm. So there we are, there's a frame. There's a little bit of nectar in there. See that nectar that's glistening in there? We've got some worker bees, which are female bees, and underneath there we've got some capped honey as well. They cap the honey with wax to preserve it.
Right.
So, right now, there's a stronger...
This is amazing.
Yeah, there's a stronger frame. These are all busily working. All that wax comb, those bees have produced themselves from little glands on the side of the body. Now here we've got just, now there's interest in there. Can you see in those cells there? That's pollen. That's pollen that's been collected from plants. And the bees use the pollen, they collect it on, they bring it back on the back leg, store it in there, and then they will eat that pollen and then regurgitate it more or less, and that's what they feed their grubs for growth. So nectar and honey they use for energy for flying and keeping movement. Pollen is primarily used as a food for their grubs, their brood. But usually at this time of year, a working bee, the female bee, will only last once she starts flying for about 2 to 3 weeks. That's why at the height of summer, one of my queens will be laying about 1,500 to 2,000 eggs a day.
Good grief.
To replace all those bees that are working and dying. Let's see if we can find Her Majesty. As I say, when I did the split on here, there she is. There we've got the queen. Can you see her?
Oh, the white.
I put that white spot on. She's moving around quite quickly because she doesn't like being exposed to the light. But can you see her extended body, the length of her body?
Oh, I see. What is the white then?
That's just a special marker that we get
right.
that doesn't cause any damage. There is an international colour coding system, but I've stopped using that.
Colour coding bees?
Yeah, to tell the year the queen was born.
Really?
Yeah, if a queen was being born this year, other beekeepers will mark a red because this year's queens that are born this year will be red. But I mark all mine because sometimes I find red very difficult to tell against the background.
Yeah.
But can you see the length of her body?
Yes, I can. Much longer than the others.
That's because she's got 2 enormous ovaries. And it's those, she's being fed and groomed constantly by her daughters, and by being fed regularly, this is why she can produce so many eggs at this time of year. Now when we get to winter, because there's very little food or nectar or pollen coming in, she'll probably stop laying for several months.
How long does a queen live?
The queen can live for 3 to 4 years.
Really?
Yeah. Whereas these girls here, once they start flying, well, as I say, will only live for another 2 to 3 weeks. But
2 to 3 weeks?
Yeah. Once they started flying, when we get to autumn, when they confine themselves to the hive, bees born in the autumn will live for about 4 to 5 months because they're not flying.
Right.
And they're conserving all their energy. And what they're doing to stay alive in the winter, they will eat honey and then they'll dislocate the wing muscles and cause friction, which produces heat.
And if you get a really severe winter?
I don't mind.
You don't mind?
I prefer a severe winter to a warm winter, because on warm winter, the bees are tempted then to come out and fly.
Because we are getting warmer winters now.
And that is it. So they go out, fly, use up a lot of energy, come back and have to eat more stores.
Right.
So I then have to lift my hives to see how heavy they are. And if, say, in January or February time they're light, I'll have to do extra feed, which will probably be blocks of icing sugar and fondant, which they'll live on. Can I just give one word of advice for beekeepers? If anybody wants to become a beekeeper, don't just go and buy a colony of bees.
Right.
They need to get theory and they need to get practical experience.
So that you know what you're doing.
Exactly, because as well as not making sure you don't lose your bees through swarming, like all livestock, are prone to infection and disease.
Yeah. Alex, it's been an absolute pleasure. It has really. Thank you so much. Hope you've enjoyed this visit to the Stoke Lane allotments. Some really absolutely wonderful things to see. Maybe it's inspired you to get an allotment and start to grow your own veg, fruit and so forth. Who knows? But it's a wonderful place to visit, so peaceful and quiet. And there's obviously an ongoing job here. So I better get cracking. Anyone got a spade?
Hollybeck Garden Centre. With plants galore and a friendly tea room, Hollybeck is the place to be. Sponsors of the Nottinghamshire Garden on Notts TV.